Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. Now, you had to know this one was coming. Today, we're going to be talking about Leprechaun Origins. My relationship with this film, this is one of the ones I actually listened to what a lot of people said, and I was late to the party in this. And what I mean by being late to the party, um, it was probably 6 to 9 months before I actually picked up this set. And first of all, because I do like the Leprechaun movies. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I do like them. And I remember that when I picked this up, Leprechaun Origins was in the dump bin in Walmart, the $5 dump bin. So I didn't see it at first, mainly because of what people said, and have been made to feel stupid ever since. Now, I know some people think that this is about shaming other people, and it's not. This is putting a positive spin on generally hated movies. I was shamed and have been shamed for liking this film. Um, I always have liked this one. I always will. I think it's a really well done horror movie. Is it like the other Leprechaun films? Not at all. But they were courageous enough to do something different with it. So let's put a positive spin on Leprechaun Origins. Okay, this movie, first of all, has great pacing. A little bit better pace than even some of the regular Leprechaun films. I like that it starts right away with the action. You have a couple running away, and they're trying to make it to this rock, or at least you don't really find that out until later, but they're trying to make it to a rock. And seeing the creature, you don't really see the creature yet, but seeing it kind of go through the grass, and you see the point of view of it going through the grass, and I thought that was a really cool effect because it's in really tall grass. Okay, I always like Brendan Fletcher. He is in this one. Um, he's been in quite a few things. I think I looked up his record and it was like 145 things he's been in. He was either 145 or 50. I can't remember which one. Um, but I've always liked him as an actor. The setting in Ireland is so cool. The setting is pretty much everything in this film. It's filmed competently. The acting is good. I mean, you basically have a young cast of characters like you do, pretty people like you do in most horror films. And this one is no different. But it's acted competently. The gore is done well, as you find out later on. And one of the things I don't understand is they could have went CGI with this. And I know a lot of my fellow YouTubers have problems with CGI effects. They didn't do that. They put Hornswoggle in a actual costume. And to me, I love the creature design, which kind of brings me to my next point. I thought the creature design was pretty great. Let's see. The guy puts his gold watch outside on the porch of the cabin that these kids are staying in, and you're getting a little bit of the backstory through the film, and you're also finding out why he has them in this cabin. And it's kind of like, it's pretty sinister, sacrificing people in order to appease the leprechaun until your debt is paid. I thought that was pretty cool. I also enjoyed how they locked them in. Of course, sacrificing them one by one. I liked how it looks from the creature's point of view. It was like gold tinged. Um, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, clever is the word I'm looking for, I guess. The sacrifice and the fact that the townspeople stole the gold from the leprechaun in the first place, which is why they have to get people in there in order to sacrifice them until their debt is paid. I thought it was a really cool premise for this one. And the rock boundaries. Of course, this runs into spoilers, so if you haven't seen Leprechaun Origins, you might not want to listen to this part. There's actually the big rocks, which I spoke about earlier, but there are big rocks all around where this leprechaun can go, and it's all around this village. So if you make it past the rocks, you're not supposed to be able to be sacrificed, or the leprechauns aren't supposed to be getting you. And of course, I spoiled that because I said leprechauns, because there are more than one. I thought it was cool that all the villagers work together, because the plot of the story is that the village stole the gold from the leprechaun. So it's kind of passed down through the generations that they have to bring these people in to sacrifice them. And they actually use the gold, which is the whole gold watch thing that I was talking about, in order to attract the leprechaun to picking these people off. The creature design, while I understand a lot of people's problem with it, I actually liked it. It had been a while since I'd seen this movie. And when you see Hornswoggle move, it's hard to believe that he can move that fast, but they also don't show him. It's also possible, which means that they don't show him moving that fast by speeding up the film. And I think that's a good thing, because it kind of keeps things based in, not reality, I mean, because leprechauns do not exist, but at least it makes things a little bit more believable, I guess, if you want to call it that. This is a fun movie. I like the ending, and of course I did give the ending away earlier, but I'm not going to tell you what, because if you missed it, go watch this movie. I think it's fun. It's a different take on this subject. I don't understand the hate for it. I never have, because when I first watched it, I had heard all the hate from everyone else. And after I finished the film, I was like, wait a minute, why do people hate this one so much? Granted, I know it's not Warwick Davis. That's fine. I get that. But they were trying to do something a little bit different with it. And I have a feeling that this is another one like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. If it wasn't called Leprechaun Origins and wasn't part of this franchise, I think people would think a little differently about it, just being a creature feature. Let me know what you guys think, but that has been my positive spin on Leprechaun Origins. Don't forget to check out Joe's positive spin, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.